Okay, what wonders do we have awaiting us? Yep, that wonderful Mega Man staple, the boss rush in an I Wanna Be the game. Joy unbounded. Any other game, perhaps with more bosses, this would be absolutely ridiculous. I thought this was ridiculous enough when I saw it. But yeah. But look, we do have a single-use save, so it's not too bad, right? We can maybe beat one of the more irritating ones, maybe Red, get rid of Sephiroth, and then we just have to worry about Kracko and Donkey Kong for the other two, right? Right? Wrong. Here's what happens. One time only, if you touch the save. There's your death. And yeah, this is not going to be straightforward or easy by any means. I have a story to tell. Story number 3 is probably going to be coming up at some point during the time of this boss rush. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. I may start cutting at some point, because I can do at this point in time. It's a no moving sections or whatever, so if it takes forever, I probably will start cutting. But we'll just kind of see how this goes. I do have a story that I want to tell at some point. And joy of joys, when you die on the boss rush, you get sent back to this screen, so you have to do that every time. Wonderful. Anyway, before I probably delve into the story, I might as well just do this a little bit, see how it goes, etc. We'll kind of see how it all works. From a strategy point of view, I feel like Red, or probably more accurately Sephiroth. Thank you for that timing. That was awesome. That's just what I wanted to see. Yeah, Sephiroth is the most irritating of the lot, particularly with the sword flurry or any other move appearing just after you've got hopped in a cannon, which is somewhat random and doesn't seem to be much you can do about it. So, from that point of view, I like to take out Red first. Obviously, you can do it in any order you like. Wonderful. But yeah, Red first, then Kracko, and I will be perhaps slightly more cautious on Kracko once I've beaten Sephiroth. Maybe not kind of heading up to the top so quickly when he was doing bomb attacks or such like that. So I will be being more cautious on Sephiroth. Kracko. Second time around. Donkey Kong, you saw in the first one, I did it second go or something, and I made a kind of a silly mistake on my first go. So I'm really kind of hoping that that should be okay. Donkey Kong is really not much of a problem, although of course the time when most of the time it's absolutely fine. The time when you'll bugger it all up is when you've gone through all of Sephiroth and Kracko and everything, and just when you want nice easy time of it, you make a colossal mess up on Donkey Kong. Happens all the time. Oh! Walking off ledges. Awesome. I think that hand thing should be okay, so well, not only will believe me, you'll know about it from my voice or my shriek if it happens before it actually happens. Those of you who are particularly observant, or who already knew it, will have perhaps realised that my death counter now is not going up. It seems to be permanently stuck on 180. The creator of the game has, I think, stipulated that for some reason he just couldn't get the death counter to work during the boss rush. So for now we're going to be permanently stuck on 180. Unless of course I get got by the hand and get sent back to the speed trials. At that point in time, if it happened, the deaths would start racking up again. Not sword flurry, thank you. That'll do. Right, cannon should be appearing well before anything else happens, so we'll just time it so that the second set of meat or the third set of meters disappear as well. You can still see that it's quite clearly lagging my computer and lagging the computer. I don't know why I jumped out of the way for that one. That wasn't the pattern where I needed to jump. That looks... Oh! That's excellently timed, right. Over my head, good. You're going to do it again, aren't you? Son of a bitch! Are you going to count that? You know, again, if you do, I might just go with it. Yep, stuff that. That's so ridiculous. I'm sure I'm not going to do it this go anyway, and although I did promise that I would try and do it the proper way there and not die at the end, but that's just annoying to the point of 10 squared. Annoyance squared. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, one's down. We might kind of pause it there because time's getting on, and we'll see how we do with the rest of it. Right, let's dive into Krakow. Apologies I haven't been able to do Sephiroth at the moment without dying at the end of it, but oh god, now I've really got to rush. Oh. Am I actually going to be caught? No, not quite. That was a close run thing. Right, caution is probably the key word this time. Don't throw a bomb right on me, please, thank you. I can't believe you did that. Stuff you so damn much. Back to this screen. Back to having to avoid the hand. And back to Sephiroth again. Oh, sorry, Red. It's so tempting just to call that boss Sephiroth, or indeed just call it Sephiroth, because quite frankly the rest of it's nothing in comparison. But oh well, this might actually force me to beat him without dying at the end. But yeah, well, now we've kind of got the idea of what's going on. You've kind of seen how the kind of mechanics of it possibly all work. I can probably start story number 3, since this is probably going to take a little time. Let's just beat Pikachu and then we'll get on to it. Good, right. So, August 2011-ish. Can't really be more specific than that, unfortunately. But oh well. This was about the time where I heard about an opportunity to transfer to another department, which would eventually result in my actual move and relocation to another part of the country. It seemed like it was a beneficial time for a kind of a move. That's going to get me, but where are you supposed to go? Yeah, I'd been working where I was for about 6 years, etc. So I'd always been thinking about trying to move, and trying to think about trying to live on my own as well. So it's always been something I've been trying to do. And hey, this way, it's happening as a part of my work, etc. So as it's part of a department transfer or whatever, I'd get assistance with it. So I'd get be that either time off, specific time off allocated to look for houses, or some financial assistance, etc. So if I was going to do it, this was a perfect time to do it, if you will. So let's wait for the thunder. So I obviously told T, and she was surprised. It was definitely kind of came out of left field, and I could certainly see why. It was, the actual opportunity itself came pretty much from nowhere, and it's, you know, completely alien to kind of you know, the kind of person I am, out of character to do. I am extremely risk averse, and you know, this was, at the end of the day, a somewhat risky opportunity. You never quite know how all these things are going to work out, if they're going to avoid me. Oh, I've got all three of them. Oh, okay, anyway. Right, so yeah, I think I told her, and then pretty much I think the day after, she'd come into the office with a, you know, with a, don't think I've done very well here. With a pros and cons list, something that I hadn't even really thought about at the time. So, go, yes. And, you know, the amount of effort she clearly put into that in such a short period of time. I've stuffed that. Oh, thought I had stuffed that up anyway. Yeah, the amount of time and effort that she'd clearly gone to do that was just, you know, really, really wonderful of her. Oh, we're going to beat Sephiroth for reals this time, or beat Red. So there we go. Yeah, I was really touched at the effort she'd put in, and she'd kind of thought about everything. Given that we've just beaten the boss again, I'll pick up the story and pick up the gameplay in just a sec.